皆さんまた来てくださってありがとうございます。今日は日曜日です。すっごい寒いです、ニューヨーク。ということで今日は FOX ニュースじゃなくってキャンベル先生です。ちくわなんだっけ、なんて言ってるんだっけみんな。沈黙の副作用です。ということでゲストをお迎えして検証していらっしゃいます。ではアダムさん、そしてキャンベル先生、どうぞ。
Thanks for coming on, Adam. Really appreciate it. I know you haven't been feeling great lately, and how are you feeling at the moment?
I'm still feeling quite unwell most days, but I mean the last week or so, I've started to see a bit of an improvement of my symptoms, but it's still obviously like nowhere near how I was doing before all this started. So yeah.
It's been a good week, but have things kind of been going up and down a bit? Have you ever been having good days, bad days, better weeks, worse weeks?
Yeah, it's been like really up and down. Like there's been some times where I almost feel completely recovered again, and then suddenly all the symptoms will come back like really strong. So yeah, it is really up and down, definitely.
Yeah. And before this started, you were you're 22, Adam, aren't you?
I'm 22, yeah.
And you were a math student, I think, weren't you?
Math student, yeah.
Yeah.
Skateboarding pretty much like every single day for like a couple hours a day, and having like no issues at all, like with anything. So yeah.
Adam, what happened when?
So I got my first Pfizer dose on the 2nd of July 2021 last year.
Yeah, that's quite a while back, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was your second dose, Adam, was it?
That was my first dose.
Oh, your first dose, sorry.
So the first initial thing was having the taste of metal in my mouth, which was like happened like almost as soon as I had the shot. And
so we're talking seconds.
Yeah, like seconds after I got it, and at that point I like wasn't really worrying about anything, so I just thought, oh, that's probably just normal. Like, I don't know, I didn't really think about it that much. But then I do remember like asking my family, oh, did any of you guys get a taste of metal? And they were all just like, oh no, we don't really.
I mean, you've probably seen the videos that we did with Nick and Kyle on this channel, and they both describe exactly the same experience. What was it like? Was it quite a strong metallic taste, or?
It was really strong, like bitter, like chemically metal taste. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but
it's a bit like sucking a copper coin or something like that, sucking a 2p piece or something.
Yeah, definitely, kind of like that.
So quite unpleasant. And how long did that last for, Adam? Did it?
I think that ended up. I had that taste for, I think, like the rest of the day, and then I think it started to go away the next day. And then I didn't have any of the normal like side effects. Like I didn't feel unwell or anything. Like I didn't feel tired. So I had like none of the normal side effects. And then this was almost exactly 2 weeks later. I was on holiday with my mum and my sister, and we were just like walking down the street normally, and I just randomly had this really strong feeling like I was about to pass out kind of thing. And it was like a really intense feeling. So then I managed to get back to the place we were staying, and I just like lied down because I thought I had like heat stroke or something, because I didn't really know what it was. So I just tried to lie down, and it kind of like slowly the feeling started getting worse and worse. Like, instead of getting better, it was just slowly getting worse and worse.
That you were about to lose consciousness?
Yeah, and like my heart started like pounding out of my chest, and I was really dizzy, so like I had to stay lying down, otherwise like it felt like the room was like moving almost.
So if you sat up, the feeling got worse?
Yeah, like even just sitting up a little bit, it would get a lot worse. So then I was just like, thought I could just sleep it off, and like it was just heat stroke. And then the next day I woke up and I started feeling like my hands and my feet were starting to go numb. And
but both hands and both feet?
Yeah, both hands, both feet, like symmetrical.
Yeah.
And so then I was telling my mum and my sister, like, oh, I think something like really serious is happening. And like they were trying to like reassure me, like, oh, sometimes if you're anxious, like your hands and feet could go a bit numb. So like I was trying to like stay calm.
It's understandable that they didn't want anything to be wrong with you, so they were trying to minimise.
Definitely.
Yeah. Pretty terrifying for you, though.
Yeah, it was really, I've never felt anything like it. And so then over the next couple days, the numbness like started spreading like all the way up my arms, and then all the way up both my legs, and it kind of like each day like more of my arm would be numb and like more of my legs would be numb. And then yeah, it just got to the point where like my legs and my arms were almost completely numb. And
I mean, were you able to move them normally? It was just like could you still walk and stuff?
Yeah, I could still move them, but it just felt kind of weird, like I was like moving someone else's arm kind of thing. And I could kind of walk, but even standing up, I was still getting the vertigo and the dizziness.
Yeah.
Pretty much in bed for like a whole week.
And were you still getting palpitations at this stage? You could still feel your heart going sometimes?
Yeah, it wasn't constantly. I would just have, there'd be small periods where like my heart would start going really fast, and I'd have like some kind of like chest pains when it was happening.
Where was the chest pain, Adam?
Oh, it was kind of like directly where my heart is, kind of like there.
Did the pain kind of go anywhere? We say referred pain. Did it go anywhere?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Was it? Did you feel the pain like going into your arm or up into your neck or down to your top of your tummy?
So it wasn't like spreading. Like I would get pain there, and then sometimes I would get pain like in the left side of my jaw, and then kind of on that bit of my arm.
On your left arm or your right arm, Adam?
Always my left arm. Always my left arm. Oh, and then also when this was happening, I started getting tremors in my legs and then in my hands a bit. And I think at that point was when I ended up calling 111, and then that's when I ended up going to A&E and stuff. But yeah.
And what happened in A&E?
So first time I went to A&E, it was when I was having like a really bad episode. Like I remember thinking like I was having some sort of stroke or something, because all the other symptoms were still really bad, but then I was also like, I had like a really strong pressure like on my head, like almost like crushing inwards, and I was like feeling kind of like confused and didn't really know like I couldn't really have a conversation or anything, because I was just like, everything in my body was just like, just felt like it was going wrong kind of thing. So then I went to A&E, and I remember we had to wait for about 2 hours, I think, and like I just felt like so ill, and like I could like hardly sit in my chair because like sitting up straight made everything way worse. They were doing like a blood pressure test on my arm or something, and I could like you know when they like measure your heartbeat, you can kind of hear a beep out loud.
Yep.
But like my heart was kind of like almost like beeping like randomly, like there wasn't a straight beat to it. It just kind of, it was going like all over the place. And I think the blood pressure...
But it was irregular?
I think so, yeah. Like, I'm not sure really, but for some reason it wouldn't take the measurement properly, like it kept not being able to do it, so I don't know if that meant...
Did they do it manually with a stethoscope?
They were doing it with one of the automatic ones where...
Yes, if that didn't work, did they then try and use a manual one?
No. But the guy was just kind of asking me like, do you know what day it is? Like, do you know where you are? And I was kind of struggling to even answer that. But he ended up just like saying, oh yeah, go outside and then you'll get seen by someone else in a bit. And then I ended up getting sent to, I think I got sent to like the intensive care part of A&E or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
the resuscitation we'd normally call it, yeah, but yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I think so. And then they ended up doing like a ECG.
Sure.
And then I think at this point my symptoms had like started to get a little bit better. So then they did the ECG, and then they got back to me and they were like, your ECG looks normal, and we're pretty sure either you have heat stroke or you have anxiety. But I like knew, like my gut instinct was that this isn't anxiety. Like this felt like way worse. But yeah, that's...
Were you weeing normally? Were you producing, as far as you remember, were you going for normal kind of wheeze?
I think I remember I was like going like quite frequently.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that being a thing.
See, if you'd had heat stroke, you'd be dehydrated and not weeing properly.
Yeah, I didn't have...
So I think that basically rules out heat stroke.
Yeah.
So quite why they would say that baffles me.
Yeah, and I mean, because at that point, I'd been having these symptoms for like a week, and I'm pretty sure with heat stroke that it shouldn't really last a week.
Well, heat stroke, you become dehydrated and you run out of salt and you start feeling ill because of that. That's...
Oh, okay.
And that's clearly not what you had.
No.
So